All right. It's going to get started, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. This is Joey Betts podcast. We've got a couple shorts throughout the week, but this podcast in general, this video in general is just to go over the picks that we have for today, and then overall just start digging, right? Seeing what I go through and what I look at and the things I take into mind when I am picking these picks. Like yesterday, we saw that Vladdy was going to hit a bomb. It looks very good today. I really like Ellie De La Cruz in this 11:20 game right here, and I'll show you why. No basketball to bet on today, so we're going to stick with strictly baseball. We also have a 100% profit boost on WNBA. So we're going to go ahead and get into a few picks for today. This one in general is my favorite pick. Colin Rea is not. He's very efficient. He's a very efficient starter. 3-1. The Cubs give him a lot of run support, mind you that. But looking at Ellie De La Cruz, 6 for 13, a triple, 2 home runs, and 7 RBI. Right now, what I want to do is I want to start this with a 60% profit boost. We have a 60% profit boost on Underdog Fantasy, which I prefer Underdog Fantasy a lot over Price Picks because of the fact that Underdog, it does allow you, it gives you more promotion, right? More promotion, better odds, things like that. So we're gonna go ahead and start digging into today's slate. We've also got Price Picks, a Friday Flex, which is a $20 protected pick. We threw some funds into the account. It should be jumping in pretty soon here. There it is. So the $20 flex play, and then we've got a couple we've got a couple bucks for the Underdog Fantasy as well. Okay, so looking at it right here, the home run. I don't prefer betting on the protected play. Me personally, I like betting the home run with the profit boost because of the fact that you'll see it right now. Let's say we have Carson Kelly, right? And this is no by no means pick Carson Kelly, right? But we have a regular line at 1.5. Then you go and take in Ellie De La Cruz's line for a home run at 2.86. That makes it already $130 off of a $10 bet, right? You take away that profit boost, it turns that pretty set bet to 80 bucks, right? So you're getting a lot more with that 60% boost. Take away Carson Kelly. This one we're focusing on the Ellie De La Cruz home run, the homer. I really feel like De La Cruz is going to send a moonshot today, especially off of against Colin Rea. And let's go ahead and look at it, right? This is why I feel this way. 1 for 4, 2 for 4, 2 home runs. He's had 3 home runs in the last 6 games. In the last 5 games, he's had 1, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10 runs scored in the last 6 games. If it's not a home run, you can also go with the 3.5 hit run and RBI, right? That's a 1.9er. So that's not too much of a difference right there. You're getting 1.9 times your money against 2.8 times your money, right? And the hit run RBI is amazing because a solo shot, a solo shot for Ellie De La Cruz is 4 hit runs RBIs, right? Three. Sorry about that. It would be three. It'd be the hit of the home run, the run that he scores, and the RBI he drives in. That's 3 hits, runs, and RBIs. We're gonna go. Man, honestly, I like the home run. I'm sorry. I'm going to go big on this one. We're going to go home run all the way. And this is just how it's going to run. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so the Ellie De La Cruz home run, we're going to lock that in, right? We want one more. We want to throw one more, something that doesn't, we don't want to throw water into the oil, right? We don't want to just blow up this pick because it'll be crazy if you see Ellie De La Cruz actually hit this home run and you can't pair nothing up with it, right? So the game starts in an hour and a half. We already see Ellie De La Cruz is one of our biggest ones. Matt Olson also plays good against Lucas Giolito. Let's go ahead and look at that one. I know Matt Olson hasn't really played much this season. I'm not too sure what's going on with him in this particular. 7 for 13 with 4 home runs and 7 RBIs. Matt Olson is crushing Lucas Giolito. He's on a 2 game hitting streak. It doesn't look too promising here. He does have a 242 average in the month of May. He has 8 home runs in the month of May. Hasn't hit one in the last 5 games, right? Um, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. I want to do it. You want to take Matt Olson because of the track record, right? You have the track record: 7 for 13, three singles, 4 bombs. He hits 4 bombs off of this guy. He should be able to get a hit at least, right? So let's see what Matt Olson is all about today, and especially look at the splits as well, right? Matt Olson plays much better against left-handed pitching. 3 of his 12 home runs come from the lefty, but he has a 273 average against lefties, right? So looking at it right now, we want to see Lucas Giolito's a right-handed pitcher. Lucas Giolito's a right-handed pitcher. You got Ronald Acuna right here hitting 318. He hits 375 off of right-handed pitching, right? 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Small season for Ronald Acuna, but overall, I am more safe. I feel a lot more safe with Ronald Acuna there. We'll go 1.5 hit run and RBI and see what that does, because 2.5 is what he's set at, and this is what I love about underdog fantasy as well. You're gonna go 1.5 times, which is an alternate line. It's a more steady line. It's gonna pay less, but not too much less. 0.75 times your money is crazy. You add the profit boost right here. This is almost $100 slip right here. And this is a free bet right here, according to the lines, right? And then you've got the home run for Ellie De La Cruz. So that's $95. Let's go ahead and take this off. Let's see if we can find a line that's going to be, it's going to give us over $100, right? You got Trent Grisham, 7 for 15 off of Tony Gonsolin. This is an amazing matchup right here. A lot of it had to do with that World Series Dodgers Yankees. But let's see. Let's go into this game. This game is going to be amazing. Me personally, I really like the Dodgers in this game. It's going to be very big. Max Fried, though. Max Fried, he is doing amazing, and it's safe to take a look. Especially, I've seen his strikeouts. I saw his strikeouts earlier, and we're looking at 4.5, a line of 4.5 for this guy. He's going to be a potential Cy Young candidate, and we're looking at 4.5 strikeouts. So, first off, I really like the Acuna play. I can take it. We can take it for. Let's take it for what it is, right? Let's take it for what it is. Let's try to grab him at 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI right here. This is going to be part of our flex play, so we're cooking both 2 at a time, right? Okay, so Max Fried against left-handed pitching, the Dodgers. They don't very much strike out, and that's the reason why Max Fried is so low on his strikeouts, because the Dodgers strike out middle of the pack, about 18th most in the MLB against lefties, right? Most of their strikeouts come against righties, right? So I'm not too sure. Max Fried, he may get tagged, honestly. He's susceptible to getting tagged. I know for a fact Colin Ray is going to get tagged. So if the Cubs are any kind of favor, I would look into that. Minus 160. I think Cincinnati can take the first 5, especially with Andrew Abbott on the mound. 4-0, 1.77 average. Nico Horner, the Horn Dog, he does very good. Dansby Swanson does very good. Kyle Tucker, 4 for 6. So you can bank on a Kyle Tucker hit right here as well. Let's go Kyle Tucker, see what he's doing. 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. No, I want it to be just a hit. 87. All right, there's a couple things you guys want to look at, kind of tie in. Ahmed Rosario against Merrill Kelly, 5 for 6 with 5 singles though. Singles aren't going to give you any runs or RBIs like that, so just something to keep an eye on. 3 for 3 Lawrence Butler with 2 singles and a double off of Chris Bassett. Lawrence Butler has been coming around a lot. Not someone I want to put my money on, especially tying him in with the home run pick. You want to go with someone that is going to give you production, right? So let's go a little bit deeper. This isn't really giving us what we want. Let's start digging into the slate for itself, right? White Sox, Orioles. Now, I don't want to look at any White Sox batters. Mind you, they're not a very good team. So I want to look at matchups. Me personally, I'm not too big on this person hit 5 out of his last 6, and then he goes up against a matchup where he's 0 for 6 against this guy with 7 strikeouts, right? So it's a matter of, and I understand that's not right, but it's a matter of, does this guy play well against this guy, right? If you've played baseball, you know there's some people you hit well off of. You see the ball well off of. There's also some stadiums where you're going to get hit well against as well. Certain types of pitchers, you hit the lefty better than you do the righty, right? So we want to take all that into account. Looking at Milwaukee and Philly, I don't like betting anyone Philly. Anyone from Philadelphia is susceptible to breaking your slip, especially you've got Trey Turner there, Kyle Schwarber there. They are slip breakers, I say. Monasterio, now I haven't bet on him, but like I said, I am very big on not betting anyone from Philly, right? And I'm starting to get that same way with the Angels. The only one I really like to bet is Logan O'Hoppe, but overall he's been slumping as well. But 3 for 4 with a home run and 2 RBIs against Luis Ortiz, which is a right-handed pitcher, right? Right-handed pitching, O'Hoppe hits 248, which was a lot better earlier in the year. I'll tell you that much. But he has had a 250 average. He's gotten his average from has gone lower from 280 down to 260. So that's something you want to keep in mind, right? This batter's cold. He's not really hitting very well. You're taking a chance here, saying that yeah, he's 3 for 4 with a bomb off of this guy. But at the end of the day, hot streaks really count. They really do. Kyle Freeland. What do the Mets do against left-handed pitching? Brandon Nimmo, it's 4 for 11. Brandon Nimmo has been on a little tear himself. Curious to see what Francisco Lindor does against lefties. You got a 255 average for Nimmo against lefties. He's on a 3 game hitting streak, but all that just looks terrible. He's brought his average from a 209 up to a 225, which is a lot better. His bat versus pitch against the whole team is a 265. Ah, it's not something you want to go after. Honestly, if I'm looking at left-handed pitching, I'm looking at Pete Alonso, what he does to lefties. 250, he does better against righties. Who was it? It was Lindor. It had to be Lindor. There's one on this lineup that rakes left-handed pitching. Is it Soto? 5 for 28. You don't want to take those numbers, especially what Soto's been doing. He does do a lot better against lefties, 283 average. We're going to get away from this game. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it's looking at me, honestly. Cal Quantrill, Kyle Harrison at the pitcher, right? Kyle Harrison does a very great job against left handed pitching. You can tell Miami doesn't strike out very much. Wow, 22nd. 22nd in the MLB against lefties, right? So, okay. What are we looking at here? We're looking at Cal Quantrill, who has a 6.09 ERA, and we're going to see what San Francisco does to the righty. Let's check it out. Luis Matos, Lamont Wade. Not too much there. Not too much there. Yastrzemski, 5 walks. Wow, 3 for 12 with 5 walks. So there's a fear there. There really is. We'll stay away from this for now. Boston, Atlanta. Boston is terrible right now. Just overall terrible right now. I really would rather not take anyone from Boston. Trevor Story being hurt. Devers is probably the only play that I really like playing. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and just dig a little bit deeper. St. Louis against Texas. You've got a lefty against this Texas offense, which I know Semien does very well against lefties. 1 for 3 with a double right here. You got Adolis Garcia, 2 for 2 against the lefty. Corey Seager, do yourself a favor and do not ever bet Corey Seager. Ever. Ever. Just ever overall, never that. 173 average. We're not touching that. I am not touching that with the 6 inch freaking pole. Um, Casey Mize, Detroit, 6-1, 455 average. Bobby Witt. Now Bobby Witt has he's let me down. He has, and it's in the wrong times and the wrong places. But I don't mind Bobby Witt against right-handed pitching, 282 average. If it was a lefty, I'm going all over it. I'm all on Bobby Witt if it's a left-handed pitcher. Now, being that it's a right-handed pitcher, I don't like it. Me personally, I feel like Seth Lugo is going to get rocked. Um, he's going to give it up to Detroit. Look at, let's see this game, what he did against them. Kerry Carpenter had a run. Torkelson hit a bomb. Javi Baez hit as well. Pittsburgh, San Diego. San Diego at home. I really like San Diego at home. I really like Manny Machado against right-handed pitching. I really like Manny Machado against right-handed pitching at home. Right? Luis Arias as well. 5 for 12 right here. Look at this one. Against a righty, he hits a 309 average. At home, he hits a 277 average. In the last, oof, he's dropped his average from 313 to 290, right? So it may not be the best look, but his bat versus pitch is a 288 against the team. Mitch Keller does not do very well against him. 2 doubles, 2 RBI. So you're looking at it. I like Manny Machado at home. Jackson Merrill against right-handed pitching as well. Jackson Merrill has a triple off of the guy, 359 against right-handed pitching. Now that's one where you can bank on. Me personally, I'm throwing it on both. We're gonna go Jackson Merrill on the home run slip. We're gonna take him for the 1.5 hit run and RBI. I'm taking him for that, and that's 96, right? That's 96 right there. If you want to get greedy, throw in the Acuna half a base, right? This is pretty set. Let's look at where Jackson Merrill is set up in the lineup today. Merrill looks like he's locked in at, I'm gonna say the 4 spot. Yeah, the 4 spot right here, right? Arias gets on base. Merrill, he does what he needs to do. That's a $96 slip. We're gonna tie it in for $10, 96.80. I've got the Ellie De La Cruz bomb and then Jackson Merrill hit runner RBI, and we can also see how it looks on Prize Picks as well, right? So let's see, Ellie De La Cruz with a bomb, and let's see what Jackson Merrill has. See, that in itself is only 60 times on the 1.5 hit running RBI. You're only getting $95, and that's if you add Acuna, right? So if you add Acuna here, it's much different. Much different. And they took off the 2.5 hit running RBI. It's 146. So we're going to run it. We're going to run a 3-man right here. It's going to be Ronald Acuna with the 1.5 hit running RBI, Jackson Merrill with a 1.5 hit running RBI, and then we got Ellie De La Cruz with the bomb today, with a bomb, a moonshot. I feel the Ellie bomb. We're going to throw these 10 for 146 on the picks. We're going to throw those in, and it's locked. There it is. We're locked in on the Ellie De La Cruz bomb. Okay, let's get right back to it, right? Get De La Cruz off of here. Me personally, I'll take Merrill off of this one as well. And then we'll start digging a little bit deeper into this slate as well. So, what did we say? We had a few picks that we really liked, but we ended up steering away from. You got Washington against Arizona. Now, Arizona, Corbin Carroll at home against right-handed pitching is just like Jacob Wilson at home against left-handed pitching, right? Very these guys rake. You've got Josh Bell, who's doing great, 4 for 8 with 2 home runs. You've got Ahmed Rosario, like I said, 5 for 6. He has a 300 average. He hits 362 against lefties. So if this guy is a left-handed pitcher, we're taking him. Merrill Kelly's a righty, unfortunately. Josh Bell. Let's see what Josh Bell does against righties. 173 average. Atrocious. This is not something you want to take. This is not something you want to look at. It's really not something you want to have as part of your slip. So first off, we got Acuna on the 1.5 hit run at RBI. We're more than likely going to take Corbin Carroll on this one. 4 for 9, 444 average, 2 home runs. Carroll is a lock as well. You know, at the end of the day, what we'll do. Let's see what we can do. 20 seconds. 19, 18. Corbin Carroll. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to tag that out. We're going to go Jackson Merrill on this one. And I want Corbin Carroll on my big slip, on my pick'em with the Elly De La Cruz bomb. And I want Corbin Carroll there as well with the 1.5 hit run RBI. That's 60% profit boost. Give me Acuna as well. Those seem a lot safer to me than the Jackson Merrill pick. I mean, I love it. It's a very good insight. But at the end of the day, this makes me feel a lot more safe. 138.10. And it's going to be Elly De La Cruz, Corbin Carroll, and Ronald Acuna Jr. We're going to run those three. The Elly De La Cruz bomb is going to be the one that gives you the most out of it, right? So we're going to take that for 10 for 138 on the 60% profit boost. We're going to recap that a little bit later in the day, but that's going to be the pick right there. We got Jackson Merrill, Ronald Acuna in there. Me personally, what did we say? We like Corbin Carroll as well. Honestly, I really like Corbin Carroll on both slips. I could take them on both. Now, do we want to take Acuna on both? We'll double check. We'll see how it looks. But right now, we'll take these two as our goblins. Now, we want to add some picks that are going to end up giving us some money, right? So we're going to look at it, and we're going to get deep into this athletics or athletics Blue Jays game. And here it is, Jeffrey Springs. And this is what I said yesterday. Vladdy Guerrero against left-handed pitching slays. Completely slays. The way he sees the ball off of a lefty is just ridiculous. 333 average, 3 home runs, which one happened yesterday, 9 RBIs. You got 6 walks. The lefty cannot pitch to him, right? You have his bat versus pitch against the A's is a 235. And honestly, I just feel like even though Jeffrey Springs has a good track record against him, Jeffrey Springs also has a 3.97 ERA. You got Bo Bichette, who went yard yesterday. Bo Bichette does very well against left-handed pitching as well. He has a good slate, but as of late, Bo Bichette is trying to get out of there. He's trying to get out of Toronto. He'll be trade bait going into it. You've got Chris Bassett. Like I said, Lawrence Butler has a good track record against him. 3 for 3 with a double. It's safe to look at Josh Wilson as well. Splits. Lawrence Butler hits much better off the righty. 270 average, 11 RBIs, 5 home runs. He's hit safely in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of his last 11 games. And this Houston game was a tough one because of the fact that I believe it was Hunter Brown who pitched that game. Lance McCullers pitched a gem, 12 Ks. But overall, the A's have been underperforming. I can take a very good look at Lawrence Butler, and I can tell you that Lawrence Butler will do something today. But it's also safe to say, okay, you've got your split 279 against righties. It's good to also look at Jacob Wilson and see what he does. And then also the lineup. What does the lineup look like? Where are they batting? If Lawrence Butler's batting first, Jacob Wilson's batting second, it's a lot different than Jacob Wilson batting first and Butler batting second, right? So Lawrence Butler is going to start off the day. And honestly, I could see the Yurfie go in this game. In this game, I could see Bassett and Springs both giving up runs. Toronto will likely win that, but keep an eye out. I had the first five on Cincinnati, and we have the Yurfie on the Blue Jays, right? Now, right-handed pitching. What does Jacob Wilson do against right-handed pitching? Because this guy slays, right? Against lefties, he hits 415, right? So he's not a lefty. At 331 still. 331 average, 321 on the road. Looking at his game log, he's had a hit in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of his last 10, right? And not just hits. These are multi-hit games. Multi-hit games, right? With runs scored, RBIs, a couple homers in here. It would be a toss-up whether I want to take Jacob Wilson or Lawrence Butler. And mainly it's going to focus on what their line is at and what I can get them at. 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs is not the best, right? But a 6 fantasy score, that's a walk. I believe it's going to be a walk, a single, and an RBI, right? So he still hits the 1.5 hit, run, and RBI, which is a goblin, but he also has a walk in there, right? Jacob Wilson doesn't strike out, mind you. Lawrence Butler does, right? So looking at Butler will likely be the 1.5 hit, run, and RBI on the free play. Hit this feat in 3 of his last 5. He has had a good bat as of late against Toronto, at Toronto. Not too sure how that goes, but you got to pick one of them. 0 for 3 at Toronto. Just came off of a 0 for 3 game, Jacob Wilson. And then let's see. I like the Lawrence Butler pick. You've got history. You've got a 3 for 3. You got better against righties, better on the road. He has hit safely in 9 of his last 10. I like Lawrence Butler here. We're going to take him on the 1.5 hit, run, and RBI. We got Jackson Merrill, Corbin Carroll, Lawrence Butler right now. We're doing the flex play. Me personally, I like Ellie De La Cruz so much that if I could take him on 1.5 bases, I would. I can't, unfortunately. Man, here it is. 2.5 hit, run, and RBI. I like that as well. He's hit that in 3 of his last 5. He's had 2. He's hooked it a couple times. We're taking Ellie De La Cruz on that one, on the demon right there, and that should really round out our picks, right? We're already up to 10 to 50, or we're already up to $200 right now on our flex play. So we want 1 or 2 more that we want to throw in there. You have the Jackson Merrill play. You've got the Ahmed Rosario play. We've got a few plays out there since we haven't really looked too deep into the Dodger game as well. Brian Wu against Twin City. I got Seattle winning this game. I really don't like the Twins, me personally. I just don't. Brian Wu's been pretty well. He's been doing pretty well. Right-handed pitcher, 37th in K, so it's likely to see um, what Minnesota does against striking out against righties. Not too much. Let's see. How many strikeouts do they have against right-handed pitching? Not much. Minnesota hits well against righties. We're not going to touch that. But what we are going to touch is we're going to look at that Dodger game. And I'm not going to be able to get away from it, even though it's likely that you want Aaron Judge to hit a bomb. You want to see Freddie Freeman, Ohtani hit a bomb, but it's likely just going to be a Trent Grisham or Anthony Volpe, right? And that's what happens in games like that. It's set up for you to pick the main guy, and I'm gonna tell you who the guy to pick is, right? It's gonna be tough, right? This is not the best. This is not the best looking one. 7-0. I just can't get away. 4.5 strikeouts for this guy Max Fried. 7-0 record, 1.29 with 67 Ks and a .93 whip. Honestly, I don't see anyone doing very well against this guy. 203 average. He's struck out 55 and 187. What is that? What is that, right? You go 55 divided by 187. He strikes out 29% of his batters, right? That's something for 49 every let's see. Let's do this again. So every 3.4 batters, every 3 batters he faces, he's going to strike out, right? So let's say he needs 5 strikeouts. He's going to need to face 15 batters, or on the plus side of it, right? So looking at 16 batters is going to be 5 innings pitched. 5 innings pitched, 5.2. 5.2, so he has to make it into the 6th, right? Are the Dodgers have the Yankees at home, night game on a Friday night? Are they going to let him go 6? Me personally, my personal opinion will be yes. Now remember that 4.5 Ks is on exactly. I freaking knew it. Okay, 4.5 Ks is on underdog. You'll get that at plus money right now. 4.5 Ks is more than likely not offered to you on Prize Picks. It's at 5 Ks, right? Because of the fact that 4.5 Ks will hit. It will. 100,000% 4.5 Ks will hit. But Prize Picks would rather have you hit a push, which more than likely Fried will pitch 6 innings and he will have 5 strikeouts, right? But what happens when you pick the regular line at 5 strikeouts, right? You pick that regular line and he gets 5, you push. You don't win anything. You don't win much, right? You're not gonna win it, nothing crazy. So we take the 4.5, but also look at this. It's at 5 times, right? What happens when we put the 4.5? Do we add it? Yes, we do. It adds up to 9 times your play. So now your $20 flex play. You have 3 goblins. One person we really truly believe in Ellie De La Cruz. And Lawrence Butler right here at the 1.5 hits runs RBI. That's a $90 flex play. You're already at 180. Right? You add another thing in here, you add one more in here, you're set. Right? Looking at it, the one I would probably add. I like the Bobby Witt play. I really like the Bobby Witt play. We already have Jackson Merrill in there, I believe. We've got Corbin Carroll in there as well. And you know, Corbin Carroll could end up making this game into more than what it really is. Honestly, we can go ahead. Corbin Carroll is another one of those people that we want to trust. On 2.5 hits, runs, and RBI, we take that off. We take Corbin Carroll out and we put him at 2.5 hits, runs, and RBI. That's a $200 slip. That is a $200 slip protected, right? We've got Corbin Carroll. We got Max Fried on 5 Ks. Ellie De La Cruz on the 2.5 hits, runs, and RBI. And then we got Lawrence Butler here, 1.5 hit, run, and RBI. And Jackson Merrill with the 1.5 hit, run, and RBI. That's $20 for $200 on the flex play. And this is where we're going to stop. We can go ahead and add another one. We could, by all means. We can. But at the end of the day, this one would be the one we add. That's a huge play of 360, right? Now this is that Jeffrey Springs and Chris Bassett. That's 6 outs. That's something that's very tough to bet on, honestly. I'm okay with the $200. Now, if you want to go with the Yurfie, hit the Yurfie. Hit the Yurfie on the Athletics Toronto game because it'll likely be the A's that score, right? They'll just blow it with the bullpen. But looking at it, you got the $200 play. You got Corbin Carroll, Max Fried, Ellie De La Cruz, Lawrence Butler, and Jackson Merrill. This is a 5-team, $20 for 200. We're gonna lock this in, and this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna hit it. Successful lineup. That's what it looks like. That's your moneymaker for today. You've also got the underdog slip, the fatty, where you have Acuna as well. Do we have Acuna in this one? No, we do not. We do not have Acuna in this one. We threw Merrill in this one. You can also take Acuna on that one as well. 1.5 hits, runs an RBI. You've got Corbin Carroll on 1.5 hit, running RBI, and then you got Ellie De La Cruz on the bomb, right? These two are alternate bets, which means that they're expected to get 2.5 hits, runs, and RBI. That's a regular. These are going to be safer ones, right? Ellie De La Cruz is unsafe, completely unsafe. I just feel like this guy's going to hit a moonshot today. Other than that, that concludes the daily podcast here of what we look at, how we look at these things, what the run lines are, the Dodgers Yankees game. We can even throw a same game parlay out there. So just keep an eye out. If the day doesn't go very well, I can guarantee you 100% that on Instagram there will be on the story there will be a Dodgers Yankees same game parlay, especially the way that the Yankees hit right-handed pitching, and I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this right now. Paul Goldschmidt, Trent Grisham, and Aaron Judge slay right-handed pitching. Goldschmidt more against lefties, 286. But look at the lefties, 542. Right, his bat versus pitch against the Dodgers is a 240. He hits very well against Stratton. He hits very well against May. Very well against Gonsolin, who's gonna get raked today. I just feel like me personally. And then you got Max Fried being Max Fried, right? So I really like that Max Fried play. Trent Grisham may end up having a very great day today as well. It's those it's those players that aren't the big names that are gonna capitalize in this Yankee game. I really like it. We have 7 o'clock games out there. 7 o'clock games out there. 6 o'clock games out there. Don't be surprised if we throw a same gamer or a nightcap slip with this Yankee Dodger game. We also got some. We also got $100 profit boost right here for WNBA. This may end up going down as well. So, like I said, keep an eye on the IG, keep an eye on the Instagram. We do have a full slate of this as well. Let's see. Do we have Dallas playing? Is Dallas playing? No, Dallas isn't playing. Every time Dallas is playing, take Paige Bucher's on her points. Paige is killing it this year. Kelsey right here with the 25.2 points a game. So you've got a lot to look at. But overall, this is a slip that I really like. The Ellie De La Cruz pick is going to be the table setter right there, and you got Max Fried, who is a Cy Young candidate, sitting at 5Ks against the Dodgers. You guys, like I always say, take a look, take a pick, and have an amazing day.